everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome to another video log. I'm gonna talk about the stuff that I've been doing for this last week, which was mostly preparing for Shadow Party. Also gonna talk a little bit about Shadow Party itself, how it went, the aftermath of it all, what interesting stuff is there for you worth checking out if you missed it. And then I'm gonna cover some other stuff that I'm gonna be working on next in the future, but that's later for the end of the video. Anyways, Shadow Party. So Shadow Party is this demo party event that have our demo scene event that happened online this year, organized by some French people who were missing a very important party not being organized last year. So they decided to organize a French demo party or French-based demo party. It was online. A lot of foreigner participants participated. It's pretty good overall, very chill sort of thing. Only 2 days, Friday and Saturday. A couple of music events, which was nice. They had some Shadow Jam sessions, which I believe were leftovers from Outline that did not quite manage to get them onto the screen despite them having been prepared. The compos were cool. There was a good concert from TIC80 as well. That was pretty nice as well. They had some seminar talks. I saw one that was FPGA as a demo platform where you would have to do the hardware thing with flip-flops and stuff to make the effect directly. That was interesting also to hear about. Most of the Shadow Party I spent it while babysitting Afonso, so I only saw like bits and pieces of here, but they reran the compos a few times as well, so I managed to see everything in the end during the evening. I participated in two of the compos, 256 byte for the TIC80, which was the one that I was aiming for originally. I wanted to do a TIC80 256 byte intro for Shadow Party, but they didn't have the compo. So I asked them, what would you do if I present the TIC80? And they said, probably go into the wild competition instead of the new school PC. And I'm like, okay, well, to be on the wild compo, I might as well do like a demo instead of 256 byte intro, because I have a lot of old effects that I use to test around some stuff for the byte battles of Outline, so I might as well reuse those effects and try to make like a whole TIC80 demo and clean up my hard drive from unused TIC80 effects. So I asked Junior for a track, made a demo. I was trying to finish it. The deadline was a bit too short. It was like 2 days after Outline, so I didn't really have that much time to prepare stuff. Reused an effect that Jae also did. He was getting interested in the platform, and he did some scrolling, sign scrolling, and Sierpinski effect. So I reused that and included it in the demo as well. So I was trying to finish that demo, and then they announced that the TIC80 256 byte compo will open because a lot of people wanted to participate. Like, oh yeah, exactly, that's what I wanted to do. So I had to redo one of the effects to fit into 256 bytes. I spent like a whole evening optimizing that. Ended up being called Shadow City, and I'm happy and I'm sad about that entry at the same time. I'm happy that I managed to fit so much stuff into it. I fit like some elements of design, like coherent design, like a city vibe to it, and a cyberpunk city vibe to it, which was my main aim. Now I tried to include the sound effect of lightning because I wanted to be like cyberpunk, but with organic elements in it to give it some sort of mood. But I couldn't quite make the sound fit. At some point it was fitting all right, but then when I started optimizing some stuff, I ended up cutting some bytes from the sound generator and it started sounding weird. Changed around with it, trying to make it sound a bit better again, but it still sounded weird, so it wasn't exactly the lightning effect that I was hoping to achieve. And I suck at sound coding pretty much, so I really had no idea what I was doing. I was just throwing bytes around and seeing what happened, and then if it sounded good, if it didn't sound good. So yeah, So I spent the whole evening trying to optimize that during the deadline night, or actually the day before deadline night, because I still also had to focus on the demo, and the deadline for the demo had already passed as well. So I had both deadlines at the same time. The other thing that I really enjoyed doing, and I think that didn't really come across, was that when the lightning flashed, it would use the border, and to change the border, you need to use the SCN thing. And I don't think people realize that you have to create a whole function for the SCN just to have that thing around. So I'm really happy that I managed to cram so many elements inside and still have like a coherent themed thing that worked. I was quite disappointed from the results, but I sort of was expecting it because it's not like a particularly technical effect. It just looks like lines and city outline. So I don't get the colder porn votes unless you really know the platform, which is, I don't know. I'm actually wondering if the people who saw it, if they realized that how hard it is to get sound working and how much bytes it costs you. Like, you need a for loop to have sound. You need a for loop and you need to do a poke to make sure you have some sort of sound working on the TIC80, and that chunks a few bytes out of the stuff. And using the SCN as well, the scanline function also takes quite a few unnecessary bytes out of it. And then you need the for function on the SCN as well to go through all the things. So it was really hard to pack. My original effect had like 300 bytes, and I really struggled to get that working. So it was fun exercise to pack it all, and then the results were a bit unmotivating or demotivating. I don't really care about the results. I wasn't really expecting to win. There were a lot of good entries on the compo as well, so I'm fine with that. I think the winner was a worthy winner. Elmwood's stuff was also really good. Dresden Boy also did a very technically interesting stuff. All the other entries were high quality. I was happy to participate in the compo overall. It just feels weird participating in compos again, and placing low, even though it feels like I'm doing something technically interesting. It still doesn't quite translate, but well, it is what it is, and that's what you get for participating in compos. So yeah. About the demo, I was sort of happy with how the demo turned out. It was really fast made, 2-3 evenings that I spent working on it. Mostly Gino just gave me the track, and I tried to do something with the track, throwing some effects on it. It looked like crap. He told me it's sort of looked okay. Still felt it looked like crap. I added Jay's stuff. I added a few more effects. Tried to polish it up a little bit. Still felt a little bit all over the place. I tried to run with it and just make something fast paced and changing a lot of stuff. But it's a bit of a mess. I don't know. I'm not really happy with it, but at least we managed to do a demo and had some French flavor into it, which was my main goal, being it a French party. People generally enjoyed the demo, so that's cool. Managed to clean up my hard drive from the effects that I did try out and hadn't used in anything yet. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to set aside a TIC80 for the time being. Maybe pick it up when Love Bite Battlegrounds turns up again. But for now, I think I'm done with TIC80. I have so much other stuff that I need to focus on. Anyways, about Shadow Party itself. The party went well. A lot of good combos. Some tracked music, some streamed music compos, which I just heard. I didn't even bother voting, but I heard all the tracks and they were pretty good. The one that stand out the most was Andy of Nuance's track, which ended up winning the compo. Some decent graphics and photos as well. The graphic from Exoset was really nice, and a couple of good photos as well. The old school intro compo was actually quite good. I'm bad at judging because I don't really know the platforms that well. I know some of their limitations, but I don't know them. I never coded for them, so it's hard to know how the limits of the platform. but I enjoyed the compo. Was pretty cool. Not many entries on the new school stuff, but still, the demo from Base Cadet was interesting. Not polished enough for my taste. It was a bit all over the place. I'm not really a metal person, so it didn't really click all my buttons. But I think it was a nice try from her. And what else I'm looking for? Oh yeah, there was an Atari slideshow with some dark tenebrous images from museums that were converted, and the theme was interesting. It had a theme. It was coherent with the theme. It was like a dark, morbid sort of thing, and all the images were like decapitations and skulls and stuff like that. So it was interesting. Didn't particularly enjoy it or not, but I liked it. I don't know what else to say about it. The Wild Compo entry where I participated with the TIC80 demo had two other very interesting entries as well. One was the Apache editor that also now supported the CPC ASCII character set made by Logiker, who participated a lot of patchy compos that I organized last year and this year as well. And the winner demo was something for augmented reality, which was really interesting. It was second reality but ported to augmented reality. It could have been done a bit better, but the idea played a lot on the nostalgia of the original demo, and some of the effects were well thought out. Others felt a bit just thrown together, but overall I think it was pretty cool. And that's probably the highlight of the party for a lot of people, was probably that demo, the augmented reality thing. So yeah, that was Shadow Party. It was a nice event, chill out. Nice to meet some of the French sceners, and a lot of international scene also hanged around. So it was cool to have something to do for the weekend. Okay, so stuff that I'm gonna try to focus on in the future, since there are no immediate parties coming up. I'm gonna stand back from working on some demo scene productions or specific demo scene productions for releases. I already said I'm gonna put TIC80 aside for a little bit. I need to clean up a few pending Enough Records stuff. New release that's coming up tomorrow. Well, technically it's already past midnight, so it's today. I have to record a new radio show. I have to reply to a few people who sent me demo submissions that I hadn't had time to read or listen in this case, or both actually. So a lot of that stuff, Enough Record stuff to do. I also want to give some more love to the Shader Summary project. That Totet, Matt, Yogi, and Rashi have been doing some work on it, and I haven't really had full head to look into it properly. But they managed to like do a decent-ish front end to it. Can still be improved in a lot of ways, but at least it's moving along, and that's the most important thing. Still need to add a lot of missing events. I have a list of them though, so I'm gonna try to push a few of those sometime soon, hopefully this week. What other stuff? I need to test a few more live streams to check if my packet loss gods have been appeased or not. Now that the pandemic is slightly starting to go away from Portugal, people have been going out a bit more, using internet a bit less, I would assume, on peak time. So I might be able to stream some Mystery Demo Scene Theater sometime soon, again, like live instead of recording, or having to invest into OBS running through the Amazon cloud. So I need to do a few tests to make sure that I can schedule reliably one of those sessions, and because I want to go through some of the old school stuff that was released at Revision, at Transmission, at Outline, and at Shadow Party, and do like a show to talk about those entries with someone who knows what they're talking about, and have a nice chill evening rewatching those entries. And apart from those things, the other stuff that I'm planning to work on is to finish up the list of things to sell. I've been doing a few sessions of that, going through all the stuff that I got from the auction that I did a video log about a few days ago, and just listing everything, taking photos of everything. It's a lot of work, and then searching up the exact models, how much they cost new, how much they cost resale, what's in an acceptable price tag to put on them. So I've been trying to list all of that into a Google spreadsheet, and yeah, it's coming along slowly, but it's coming along. And once I'm done with all that, still need to figure out Facebook forums where to post that info, and if that fails, try to post them up on OLX and see if I can sell some of this stuff or not. Anyways, that's it for this video log, which is already quite long. See you next video. If you enjoyed the stuff that I do, please support me through patreon.com, patreon.com/psenough. Donate whatever you can. Even €1 per month is more than welcome. So enjoy the videos. See you next time. Bye bye everyone. Take care.